Yes, I think I'm back now, right? Well, I was complimenting my computer for doing a good job, but it seems that it decided to go crazy. There we go. Thank you so much, X5. Yeah, this is what I was also saying earlier that for most time my computer has been okay, but sometimes it has like a crazy working hard peak, and then I need to wait until it calms down, right? It is actually still calming down, but the stream is back at least. Okay, now it's returning. Yeah, now it's returning. I don't know what caused that, but that's something that I will still need to investigate. But there we go. So let me finish reading the chat again. But I do miss reading those magazines of games because they were like games that I always dreamed on playing or I was playing myself, like this one. And they were kind of like my fuel to go after lots of games, especially this and Paper Mario 64 as well. I remember loving the magazine that had the Paper Mario pretty much guide. And you know what else? Since we were talking about magazines, I saw a picture this week. I can't remember where though. Maybe it was on Twitter of like people comparing E3 today and E3 back in the day. But E3 back in the day, it was all in the magazines as well. Like the person took a picture of like every Nintendo Power, Nintendo World magazine that had like the front page full of E3 news. That's how it used to be E3 for us. Like, at least for me in Brazil. Maybe in other countries there was something else going on that it was maybe on open TV or another place. But here, my childhood was like full of those magazines with the E3 news only there. Like I had nowhere else to find those news. So like in June, buy the edition for the magazine, and then that's where you learn about the new games they announced on E3. So I did see a post of a picture of old magazines with the E3 news, and I was like, holy shit, that's true. That's how I got those information out. Yeah, there we go. We are back finally. Again, not sure what triggered it, but I'm not very surprised it happened because I have been noticing that sometimes my computer goes crazy, and then some minutes later it goes back to a slower state. Okay, let's go. What else is in here? So that's even more impressive because you played Mega Park until year 11. Wait, until year 15 to fill it up and make it look pretty. Oh, that's promising because then it means that you can get a lot of stuff in Mega Park. Yeah, if you can get things up to year 15, that's actually very good. Next level company value, big Sims type of game. Started with these. I also used to love The Sims. Yeah, the first The Sims is the best. Don't let me fool you. My English was totally fine 2 years ago. E- Yeah, I could still communicate, right? Let's say that if you can communicate, that's what matters. So I can agree with you. You have been watching me for a long time indeed, and by the way, this channel has been 4 years old. And regarding that though, I do have something to say about that. We haven't had our stream anniversary stream so far, and it was like in March actually. It's been some months, but because of everything that has been going on, I still haven't organized myself to do it. But I still may be planning on doing one stream anniversary stream at some point. I just want to have everything I'm thinking ready for it. Even if it happens like, I don't know, by the end of the year, when like, oh my god, but wasn't it like in March? I don't care. Like, why do you need to be formal on everything? No, let's celebrate it when it feels like the time for it. So yeah, it may be still happening, but I'm still working on for it to happen, and also waiting for a right moment for it. Maybe after I'm done with Digimon World and RollerCoaster Tycoon, or at least one of them, that could be a good moment for it too. But yes, I haven't forgotten of it. I'm just not like also thinking to rush for when it's going to happen, because now the date has already passed by. So whenever happens, it's fine in my opinion. But yeah, I'm still thinking on it. So don't be surprised in case it still happens in the future. A question for me: if I would want big raids, to be honest, man, not really. I'll be very honest in here regarding raids. It's not that I don't like to be raided, or like that I don't like to raid or something. It's not something that I think it's a problem. It's definitely not a problem. But normally raids are there for, I don't know, maybe to help the channel to grow or something. And sometimes there is some formality towards raiding, that it's like, oh yes, I'm raiding you, so now I need to follow you, and then you need to follow me back, and then I don't know, some people from the other community are following you, and then those people may not ever return, and then months later it's like, oh, who's this guy again? I'm unfollowing. It's not like the natural growth that I prefer, which is like people get into the channel by themselves, like, oh, what is happening in here? And then, oh, look at him, I liked him, so I'm going to follow him because I got to this channel and this is cool. Of course that can happen with raids as well, but it's not something that I uh, seek too much or like mind too much, because actually I see a lot of this formality happening of like, I don't know. I'm getting raided, so some people are now following, but those people kind of never return again because they followed because the raid. I don't know if you got what I said, but I would not want big raids because of that, because I think that it's going to be a little bit formal or too formal, and with like the long time, I don't know if it would keep things as it felt when the raid happened. So, but if somebody raided me with like 100 plus viewers, I think I would also feel uncomfortable. I would feel like, holy shit, what do I do now? So yeah, I think that I prefer when people stop by here like out of nowhere, and then like they enjoy what they are seeing, even if it's a slow growth or a slow process. Uh, I think it's more natural that way. You did get here before Ship Raider, right? You were playing a JRPG before that. Probably Chrono Trigger, yeah. I played Chrono Trigger after Final Fantasy VI. No, never mind. It was the opposite. I played Chrono Trigger, and then people told me that because I liked Chrono Trigger, I should give it a chance to Final Fantasy VI. Yes, Final Fantasy VI came later. That's true. So I don't think you're right. Probably you got here on Chrono Trigger. Good to see. I'm always streaming. You also learn some words watching. Yeah, I'm also learning things in here every time. Oh, you are leaving, man? Alright, thank you so much for stopping by Chill Mode. I think you're going to watch a friend streaming, so have a good time with him and take care. So those 9 games were your whole remaining collection? Okay, so you don't have the PS1 anymore, PS1 games. You're trying to sell most of your physical games except for the Switch, Wii U, and Vita ones. I don't think you may be able to sell them not without a long wait. The gaming world is like super active, like for you to buy and sell games, especially rare ones. Oh, you have been watching for longer than 3.5 years, you having just subbed for 3.5 years. Yeah, we need to see when I was playing Chrono Trigger exactly, but it is around 40 years. It's something close to that. Wait, what? I forgot about that. So you still haven't played Final Fantasy 6 like entirely? But that makes sense because you were starting to stream because you wanted to play it for your first time, wasn't it? I was like thinking you have played Final Fantasy 6 before, you loved that game, and then you were watching my playthrough of it. But that's true, you were actually avoiding it to not get spoiled. Now that you are saying it, I remember it. Yeah, so definitely you got here by Chrono Trigger. So now that I finally caught up with the chat, let's go back to the coaster, shall we? But of course, keep on chatting for sure. Don't leave me alone. But I finally caught it up after a computer crash and everything. So we were changing the turns, right? Hopefully now we can do it. The first try of this coaster was actually very promising. But yeah, Pilot, when are you going to finally complete it? I'm guessing you still haven't beaten it. So, I don't know if I changed everything, I don't think I did. But where did I stop? Right there, right? Man, I can't believe it's already 3 hours of stream. A lot of time has passed by while I was chatting for sure. But then hopefully the next coaster will be not too hard for me to complete it. Yes, I'm getting lost here. Where is it now? Wait, maybe this helps? Oh, right there. So, did you connect? Oh, I need to remember that it's under the pizza stall. Okay, it's right there. Did you connect? I can't really see if it's connected. It looks connected, so I'm going to keep on going. You have to go out for the night? Alright, man. Hopefully you got some good dinner too. You said that you haven't eaten anything already. Or anything yet, right? I need to scrounge for a bit of food. Yeah, go for it. And get some sleep. Have fun with your rampant destructive capitalism. I will, man, because I'm dreaming on getting to the biggest capitalistic park ever. Mega Park, as you heard here. That day will come for sure. But thank you so much, Pilot, for stopping by, man, and have a good night, and I see you then. Take care, dude. Cheers, man, cheers. Only now they're giving me the hedge maze? Maybe because they felt that, oh, you're so lost building those coasters that you don't need another maze on this level. You're already bamboozled. That's such a good English word. Better than that is only flabbergasted. I couldn't believe that word was real. Okay, I'm also going to bank these two. That's actually a very good thing about learning another language. You can then use some words that they sound funny or you don't have them in your language. Although those bank turns look so crazy. But since they help me out to get the excitement I need, sure. Isn't it crazy how this game doesn't have a tutorial for coaster building? I mean, it's not that it needs it. It's not that it needs it for um, making a coaster that works. But like making a professional coaster, then it needs some sort of tutorial, you know? But then definitely, if you play Planet Coaster, for example, things will be way more complicated than this. I imagine that Planet Coaster will be the Poly Bridge of amusement park games. That's the standard that I'm thinking. Wait, that's not complete? Oh yeah. And I can't make that turn now? Oh no, this is not good. But wait, maybe I can change that straight line. And then I use, no, go straight ahead, and then you use the bend, right? Yeah, like this. Okay, maybe now I did it. Okay, we have an attempt. Who thinks this is going to work now? Now every turn is banked. And I did change one part of it. I changed this right here. That I hope that makes it better. I could see exactly what Electro said. Oh my god, it's all flipped. It's all upside down now. Look at that. And then because of the half loop or something, it turned back to normal. I think we're good. The new addition to this coaster was fine. Even though it has this long section in the end, I think it's not too bad because it goes fast. There we go, I do think we did it. Or at least I'm really hoping. Wait, never mind, we did not do it because the vertical G is still high for some reason. Yeah, this is going to be just like the previous result, but I changed a lot of things. How is that possible? Maybe this was a little bit better, but it's the same result. It's like you did not change anything. Hmm. Could it be because I'm also having lots of turns on the underground? Maybe if I just like built a straight line up to the station, that's it? It does it? You know what? I think I'm going to do that. That worked to one of the other coasters we did in here, right? Oh, but the problem was the underground path. Because I had to... Yes, I couldn't turn right there because of the path underground. But let me see. Can you go just straight ahead? I could. So I just saved a little bit of unnecessary turns. No, that's not what I want. I want to get that. Okay, so now you can make a turn. Oh, never mind, there is a footpath in here. Can I see it? I couldn't really see it. Can I turn before it? I can. Can I go just straight ahead? I could. Okay, there we go. That does it. But then this turn needs to be banked. There we go. Then go straight ahead and then let me delete that. Okay, so... Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. Can't forget to bank them. Oh, maybe from there? No? Okay, so one more, then you bank and then you get it. I couldn't. Oh my god, go back. But you can't bank from... Can you bank from there? I could, okay, this is better. There we go. So now I simplified the final parts of it. Not sure if this is going to do it, Okay, I know what to change in case it doesn't do it. I'm going to change that middle part. It has a lot of turns. Yeah, this section right here, it can be more simple. But let's see if we can get to at least 6 of excitement. No, it's still 4.5 vertical G, come on. This is going to be the same. Yeah, I don't even need to look, I know it's going to be the same. But I know what's wrong in here now, it's this. Let's try to make it more simple. Okay, so what about this? Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe it won't be different again, right? Because it still did quite many turns. Oh, you see? Oh my god. Why can't I change this max positive vertical G? It's always that. This is actually worse than before. Oh boy. You know what? I think I'll need to change a lot in here actually. So I wanted to combine this red coaster to the others, but in the end this is not being combined at all, so let's give up on that idea. And I will try to make it shorter. Because I can't have many turns. It's even sounding like a challenge, like complete the coaster without adding many turns. Even though I really like what I did in here towards the visuals, this looks amazing, this freaking infinite loop. But I think I need to make a change in here, not on the infinite itself, but after it. Like, let's go to right already. Are you higher than the white coaster? 13, 12. I'm not. So I would need to go up. I hope that's not a problem. Okay, now we are higher than that. Oh, this is the end? Oh! How was I that close to it? Okay, so I will go under those two. Nice. Then bank. No, not there. Bank again. Maybe I should add some brakes. Drop my speed to 27 miles per hour. Then you drop this. Okay. Never mind, I need to be using a shorter turn. Like that. That's not going to match it, right? Yeah, the precision in here needs to be very accurate. Maybe from there? No, that's the same as before. Wait, but I can do this. Alright, then bank turn, right? No, one more. Maybe now. Why is it not connecting this time? What? Wait. Oh. Oh, I know why. I need to make another twist, right? Yes. That was so weird. Like, they were both at level 11, but they were not connecting. Like, what? WTF? But, okay, it's because one is having the normal positioning for the train, and the other one is when the train's flipped. I need to flip it back, right? You see, now it's a bit higher. It's at 12. What the heck was that? So now, yeah, now I can get to that bottom level they want. And then I can make this connection. Fine, let's see how is this now. Please be better. I think it's better now. How does it look from... Oh, it still looks great actually. And my computer. Don't crash the stream again, please. Okay, it's fine. I just noticed that the white coaster also does an infinite kind of symbol right there, so it's very matching. I'm not sure, maybe I should add more brakes. Just don't give me freaking vertical max G of 4.5 because I'm tired of that. Oh, okay. Look at that, this is looking much more promising. But I may still be a bit higher than the standards, but I think this is a good shot. Yeah, you see, I'm still a little bit um, off it, but we finally did progression here. I think I will add brakes. Um, where though? Maybe here. Yeah, right here. So you stop going too fast on the turns. So let's make it 27 miles per hour. Why not? Sure. Try it now. Maybe this time? Let's see. No, it still has the same max positive vertical G, so that didn't really change that much. It's going to be 6.4 again. Six 6.4. Huh, so the brakes can't help me on this? Okay, I have another idea. This is going to be a big change, but sure. Get rid of those turns. Try to connect from there. Wait, this is not a banked turn? Is it? Is this because of this that I have been struggling so much? How did I skip that bank turn right there? But anyway, I'm going to make this one connection right here. Keep it simple and good, right? Maybe that's what I need. Height marks on right tracks, yes. 15, 13, so we need to go higher. No, wait a minute. I need to first flip you. I'm going to add the brakes just in case. Drop me to 22 miles per hour. And then I put you back to normal. Okay, and then you go higher and just make that connection if possible. Or to save turns in here, I can change that. Actually, I don't need to go higher if I'm going to go lower later, right? So just go straight ahead. Oh, no way that I was hitting that. I don't want to use turns. So use the S band. Okay, no. Don't do this to me, come on. Alright, so just continue this. And then now I'm good, right? banked turn, and then you go. Actually, before that bank turn, why not just use the brakes? 22, and then you make the turn. I think this is better. You go straight ahead forever until you reach that. Okay. Then you make that connection. Oh wait, I forgot to make the turn maybe? Or not to make the turn, but to flip it? I'm not sure. But probably I forgot to do that. Put you back to 14. Go back. Make that change. Now you're both on 14, right? And see if you can make that connection. Okay. I can't. So this change was not necessary? But then why were you not connecting from there? Okay, there we go. I don't get it, but sure. How is this now? Wait, that's not banked, is it? There we go. Yeah, like I was saying in the beginning of the stream, sometimes I get lucky to make it through, and then sometimes we keep on working on changes. This is option 2. But let's see if this time we got this. It's still very fast, but then the brakes. Come on, there is no way this hasn't changed the vertical G thing. Okay, this is better now, come on. It is better, but it's still not enough. But I managed to decrease the intensity and the nausea. The nausea is super low now. So what else could I do to increase the excitement? Yeah, now I'm kinda stuck because I don't want to change this coaster that much anymore, so the only thing I can think on changing is pretty much that straight line. I will work on some changes on it. This is not good because it changes my direction. Unless I just go for the twists. or these things. No, this is not going to do it, but let's see. I think I'm missing more interaction with other coasters, more decoration. I could use another random coaster and then, mix it up in there. I don't know if this is any different actually. Was actually worse. Oh my god. Yes, I'm now thinking I need to use other coasters in here. So I'm gonna make you like the straight line you were before. But you know what? Let me stop the construction. More hills should help, up and down, up and down. Okay, let's try that then. I was going to build other coasters in the middle of it. Let's try. Yeah, because regarding the banked turns, I think it's okay. We were getting some low numbers for that. Maybe at the limit, but the excitement was still like, kind of boring. And I didn't want to add more turns. That's why I have been working on this straight line, so we don't raise the how is it called again? Vertical G's or something? So I'm avoiding creating more turns or detours. But then I wasn't sure what to do with this one vertical line. Actually, a straight line. It is also vertical because now we are going up and down, so... Alright, let's see the changes then. Now this coaster looks a lot like a ribbon. It's not the infinite anymore. That's the lace, and then this is the straw, right? Is it the straw the word? No, maybe it's not. The straw is something else, right? Google it. I forgot the word. Oh, that's actually going super slowly, but they did it. Oh, maybe the word I was looking for was like string. Or the band. Yeah, straw is the cylindrical thing. Oh, that didn't really work though. Yeah, that was not enough. We're still at 6.4. But like I was saying, the numbers for the vertical G's are kinda okay, right? Especially because the nausea and the intensity are fine. I do think we should add more coasters in here. For example, the shuttle loop. Or I could build something crazy, just... Yeah, let's build something crazy here, just to like... Um, just to do this job. But I need to delete that for now. Wait. Okay. Then give me this coaster. If it gets lower to the ground, that would help. You want me to go underground too? We can try, yeah. For a better speed. I will do those changes as well. Let me just try doing something else in here. That could try... Oh wait, this is never going to work. I need speed. That's also not a very good turn. Um, get some speed at least. Then you try banking it. No, I don't have enough speed for that. Um, so I should get more speed in here, right? Okay. Actually, if you're making a turn, bank that. Although this coaster doesn't really matter that much, but well, what about this? This crazy course. Do you work like a coaster? Like, oh wait, single train, single train. Is this like an operational coaster? Can you get through all of those loops and things? Not really, right? I mean, it is doing it, but not at a very good speed. Oh, this loop, you're never going past it. Yep. Okay, so this coaster doesn't really work. Could I make like a more intense drop? I don't think oh, I could actually, okay. That was interesting. But then I still need to get closer to the red coaster unless I really change its path. Um, do I like this though? I don't want to change that. Yes, I'll change the red coaster a lot then. If only you could, can you make that, can you go across the station like that? Maybe I can find a way to do that. Oh my god, I just did it. Okay. and then I can connect you to the rest of the coaster right here. Oh, wait, do that thing again. Never mind, this is even different. But can you make the turns to return or not? Yes, yes. Okay, okay, and then you make the final connection. What about this now? Are you a good coaster? Okay, this looks like a good coaster. Imagine if this one gets 7 of excitement rating. But that was not bad, in my opinion. Although it's also not that fantastic. I would give it maybe 5 of excitement. What if it is shitty, like 2 excitement? Okay, it's almost 5. It is very intense though, huh? Anyway, that was a somewhat still good coaster. Let's see if I can mix it up with this red coaster now. And I'm going to remove those brakes. Show me the heights. You suggested going to the floor level and also on the ground, right? Maybe I can go to the floor level right now. From this same drop. Or I can just go to the underground as well. From there. Look at this glitch. We were saying that this game doesn't have a lot of glitches, but it has some of the visual glitches. So, let me see. We could go there. And then I don't have a way back. Okay, I have another idea. You make a turn in here. Okay. Then you make another turn there. A short one. Right. Then you make another turn. And you go around the coaster. And then return from that spot. Yes. Wait. Don't make that drop. But then I need to change the landscape. Okay. There we go. Banked turn. A short one, nice. Then you go. Oh, but look at that problem right there. But I deal with that later. Then Electro suggested some ups and downs. I may need to go up in here so I can get through this other coaster. I don't know if I will have speed for that, but I hope I do. Okay, what about this now? It's not complete. Come on, now it has everything. It has the underground, it has the banked turns, it has the connection to another roller coaster. It is just going too fast, don't you think? But we can deal with that with brakes. And it does complete the track, so... maybe? Although I think this is a bit too much, because it's going too fast. But I can fix that. Wait, maybe not, because the vertical numbers right there are not too bad. I mean, maybe a little bit bad because of that 2.9, right? It should be like 2.5, wasn't it? Never mind. Freaking finally! 7.4. Yeah, the other coaster going underground, all of those things mattered. I'm definitely saving the game. It took me the whole stream to do this. I mean, of course I was also chatting a lot, but this was not easy for me. There we go, finally! And you know what? Let's use those two coasters on the white one, right? Maybe because the white coaster is in the middle of that, it won't be as hard as the first coaster. Okay, let's see. Let me just check what I can do with you. I can use the helixes, right? I see, so I can only do the crazy turns. Isn't it? Or are you really a loop? You can't be a loop, right? It's only the turns. Like, is it after I use the... Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, they are the freaking spirals. Okay, that's going to be some good speed, I think. I think I'm going to turn there. I could helix up a little bit. No, I can't. Yeah, I couldn't praise Helix from Twitch Plays Pokemon right now. That's not going to work. Wait, is it working? No, it's not. Speaking of Pokemon, since I just brought that up, I was surprised. I was even saying earlier today that why are all of those companies dropping news on their games before E3? Pokemon did the same, like at least regarding the Pokemon release dates for their two upcoming games, the remakes of Diamond, Pearl and Platinum and also Legend Arceus. I was a bit surprised that Legend Arceus is going to be released only 3 months after the remakes. And even though they have different teams working on the games, knowing the Pokemon Company, I do think those games will be rushed, especially Legend Arceus. So because it is only 3 months apart from the other game, I did lower my expectations towards it because I'm scared of it being just like Sword and Shield, that felt like an incomplete game, a rushed game, an empty game. You know, I felt like that was such a bad decision. Like, why release it so close to the remakes? If you need more time to make it better, or I don't know, to improve it, please use that time. No need for rushing in here. We want better games than more games. I don't know, I felt like that. I don't know if you guys heard those news, but I felt it was such a bad decision. Release that game later. I won't even mind if they announce it's going to get postponed. Lately, postponing games is something good because when they are finally released, they get the quality they deserved. For example, Animal Crossing New Horizons. It took forever, but the game is still fantastic. So yes, I was in shock with those news and disappointed. But hey, maybe they will release some news or more trailers of those both games now, and then we can see if they are looking any better, if they got some changes. Some people have been saying that the rumors are pointing to some graphical improvements on Diamond Pearl Platinum remakes, or actually just Diamond Pearl remakes. At least that's the game that I don't want to see failing. And also it's the game that I think that has the lowest chances of failing. And my expectations on that game are the return of the contests, the Pokemon contests, especially if there is some online feature, like you can play the contests with friends online. That could be amazing. Not only like battling your friends, but also joining the contest with them. I want to see some better upgraded underground feature. Even though as I played that game emulated, I couldn't really test the underground feature myself. Many people say it was a very fun minigame or something. So I hope it is upgraded and back. And I'm also hoping for new Mega Evolutions, even though I'm not sure if we are going to see that happening. Yeah, the thing that I'm the most excited for is the return of the contests, and I'm hoping it's like well done. If I can get those things in this Pokemon Diamond Pearl remake, I'm happy about it. They don't need to like give me many new things. Just give those things well done. But then the Legend Arceus game, I'm now thinking it's either going to be rushed or very short. Because I was hoping for that game to be released way in the future. But I think I know why they are doing that. They are doing that because they are the Pokemon company. Whatever they release, people will buy. So yeah, if they release things faster, people are going to give them money faster. Maybe that's why that's happening. But hey, I hope I'm wrong in the end, and then those two games are fantastic and they surprise me a lot. Okay, this was nice. Do that again, can you? Can I find a way out of there? Out of that? I actually did. Okay, this was very awesome in my opinion. Then let me see. Let's forget those two coasters. Let's go to the yellow and red coasters. I need to go one more straight ahead. Okay. Yeah, we can't really expect much from them, right? Which is very sad. But isn't it crazy that such a rich company like Pokemon, I don't know, they feel kind of lazy to hire more people or like to, create big teams that could, work so hard on a game instead of like having only small business places or like small buildings pretty much for them to be working on those games. Like they have the money to like hire so many people and improve their games and their things so much, and then that doesn't really happen. It feels like they always have the same team working on the same games, and I don't know, they could really change things up or show more effort at least. But they kind of always keep it um, what was the word I was just trying to say? They're always trying to keep it like at the basic level. Why does this remind me of Mickey Mouse now? Can you see the Mickey Mouse in there? Is there a way for me to keep the Mickey going? I think I will need to change this ear though, but yeah, I wish I could complete this Mickey, but I don't think I will be able to do it. Unless if he has a shorter ear? Or if I go, oh, maybe if I go, can I go higher? I can. Can you keep on going higher? Oh, but then it's not going to look like Mickey anymore. But I don't want to give up on this. Go higher from there. Yes, yes. Okay, there we go. I found a way. Mickey is saved. But what do I do now? Uh, that's going to mess with it. Go straight. Yes. Make that turn. Fine. Then... Okay, you are still good. Alright. Hopefully I have enough speed for all of that. Oh, if only I could go just straight ahead. Um, do I have the band? I think I have, right? Yes. Does that work in here? No. Not even if I do it. Okay. But I still couldn't get through that. Because I may need to go lower, but if I go lower I will get stuck in there, yeah. Huh. Okay, ignore it. There is a mosquito right in here, in my room. Hopefully it doesn't bite me. Okay. Then where is the station? Wait, what? It's there? Oh no. How am I getting there? Oh my god. Oh no, I don't want to change my red coaster. Oh, thank goodness I can... Okay. I need to find a way to get there now. Maybe I should go underground, right? Here we go. Imagine if this level didn't have this amount of plane hills, or like if it were not this plane. Man. Wait, what? No, 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 no. I think I turned... Yeah, I turned 2 times. Just go straight ahead, and then you need to go up. From there, maybe? Ultras, thank you so much for the raid, man. How are you? Or how was your stream, actually? Could you get any PBs on Contra? Because I'm now trying to finally finish the second coaster of the day here, the last one. Oh wait, it's on the other side. It's there. How am I going to connect those 2 dots now? Somebody's saying that I would need to have more natural tunnels. That's true. If this level had more mountains and it was not this plane. Oh no, you missed your PB by 2 seconds, dude. Oh my god. What was your record time again? Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just going to guess. Wasn't it like 14 something? 14 minutes and something? I can be wrong though. But that's the number that's coming to my mind. But 2 seconds. Yeah, that was very close. What about Tetris? Have you also been playing Tetris? Oh, it is under 14 already. It's 13:48. There we go. But still, man, 2 seconds above it, it's like still like GG. I don't know exactly what could be the reasons why it was not better than your PB, but it's close enough. Like it was a big GG. You missed it by 4.5, then you see? Even the one you missed by 4.5 is worth, like, what I'm saying is that don't think at it as a failure. Like, to me that's actually a big win. It shows you how close you are to get there. If you don't make the mistake, you would probably PB by like 15 seconds, but you keep screwing up the very last thing. Is it about the boss and then how you can always get the best? Wait, you can always get the worst, right? The worst transformation of him. I remember the day that I was there, and then you kind of got the worst transformation of him because it's kind of random, right? You need to choose one of the moving spheres, and then he turns into the one you picked, but it's kind of random. I remember you got the same one that was the one that kind of makes your run slower. You got it like 4 times or 5. You got like many times. And then even though it kind of screwed up your PB, I was kind of, let's say, surprised but impressed on that, on the odds of that to happen, you know, like for you to get the worst result many times in a row. And because I was surprised by the odds, even that run that got like a bad time in the end, in my opinion, is worth as well. Because what are the odds? Come on, what are the odds for you to get those freaking results in a row? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, stay positive even when things go super bad, you know? Because it is surprising when things go that bad. So it has to be 3 cycles. Oh, it is not necessarily random, it's reactionary. You just don't react well, or the game really pulls a fast one and switches it. I see, I see. So you do have some control over it, even though it's definitely very hard. But man, today you played really well. You got 2 seconds out of it. Come on. In case you get the one you said, like the 15 seconds from your PB, or like you improve your PB in 15 seconds, right? In case you do that, do you think you'll be able to finally reach the rankings you wanna, or you wanted to upload or register in the website? Because I remember you were like, I'm only going to register my times if I get to like top 15 or top 10 or something. I wonder if you get that that time, if that's enough for you to finally register and upload your time out there, or do you even need to improve your time more than 15 seconds to be able to do it? 15 seconds sounds like a lot of time. Wait, am I going to get stuck because of the red coaster? But seriously, if I were you right now after getting that great time in my opinion, I would be celebrating. I would like get some good and delicious berries you have in there probably. Maybe drink a beer. I mean, I don't drink a beer, or I don't drink beer, but I'm just giving you ideas, like go celebrate that. I think that was a very good Contra day for you. So I think I need to go up, right? Hopefully that's enough or good enough. It is. And then where is the rest? It's to left. Okay, I need to go left. Bank that turn. Nice. Can we just get to it? Not really. Okay, okay, okay. Use one of the bands. No, that doesn't do it. If I go left, that doesn't change anything. Yeah. The turns also can't do it. What are the heights in here? Oh, actually I have it selected, but I'm too far. I'm at 13, that's at 14, that's at 11. Maybe I should go lower. Let's go lower. Okay, now we can get through the red coaster. And oh wait, that's the connection. No, use a banked turn. Nice. I think we did it. There we go, finally. Okay, so do you guys think this coaster will work? This Mickey Mouse coaster will work? Mickey Mouse, because from this angle it looks like Mickey Mouse right there. Today was, even though we are struggling to make these coasters, I'm proud of the designs in here. Come on, Mickey Mouse and the Infinity Loop. Right there. Wait. Oh yeah, right there. Come on. Actually, the Infinity Loop is now surrounded and protected by the big fortress of the white coaster, so it's extra greater now. And you know what? Probably the red coaster has better excitement because of the white coaster. Maybe that's going to get updated. But anyway, is this a workable coaster? Do you get back to... Oh wait. Single train please. 12 freaking cars. I think that's too much, but sure. And please work, like, save me some time in here. I can't wait to check on the next level that's hopefully going to be better. As soon as you PB, you submit it. Oh, okay. Okay, that's it. No matter the rank it puts you on. There we go. Go for it, man. And at this rate, we're totally getting it soon. But I was also asking you about Tetris. What about Tetris? Not only Tetris, what about Ori as well? How are you in those two games? Oh yes, and as we were speaking about the E3, I'm expecting some crazy news towards Nintendo and Microsoft. Not only because they are the two big companies that are kind of sponsoring heavily, and heavily too, because come on, video games are heaven. Oh, we are actually having a speed for this coaster? Or am I jinxing myself right now? I guess we did it? Oh, come on, please, the station, get to the station! I do think we did it even though that was a big clutch. Yes, we did it! Big clutch though, let's see if we can make it. I don't think Nintendo and Microsoft will have something together, you know? Not sure exactly what. Maybe another Microsoft character in Smash, who knows? There we go! First try! We did it! But come on, look at this Mickey coaster. It looks amazing. So... I'm not that surprised. And this is funny because last time we were playing this game, it was the opposite what happened. Like, the first coaster I built, we got it right, and then the second one took me forever. Now it was the opposite. The first took me forever, the second, GG. Come on. Thank you for the applause, Electro. There we go, man. Maybe all I needed to have was like that inspiration from the red coaster to throw this white coaster now proper and ready, right? There we go, finally. But yes, I do think now, if I could speculate something for the E3, Microsoft and Nintendo will have something together. Maybe one will release their games on another, although Nintendo would never release their games on Microsoft though. But I can see Microsoft dropping more games on Nintendo platforms. It isn't easy at all, and man, it's even greater than the red coaster, 7.59. I was expecting this coaster to get higher though, but yeah, this white coaster looks great. Come on, look at it. I was worried if we were going to complete the track. It does have some boring parts like this right here, but it's what Electro said, like everything matters in here. Having the other coasters also going underground seems to be very important. The banked turns. Well, let me save now. Oh, okay, Ultras didn't play those two games much, but you played last week. Do you think you are finally almost beating it or something? I think it's the highest excitement requirement of the scenarios like this. I agree with you, yes. I also hope they never really drop like excitement ratings of 7.5 or 8. This is already too brutal. I still need to learn more about the pretzel loops though. But don't you think this was a pretzel loop? This right here? I mean, not like as complicated, but this was the loop I did today that surprised me the most. This one right here. When I was like changing the directions of the... Is it a corkscrew, I think? I was like, can I do it again to the same direction? And then, holy shit. Oh, that's the rule? They start and end in the flying position? I'll need to get more used to that. Because I learned today about the flying position. And I could totally see the differences it does to the ride. Like, there were moments that the parts of the coaster were at the same number for the height, but they couldn't connect because they were in different positions. One was at the flying position and the other one was at the normal position. Yeah, this inversion was awesome. I was surprised by it. And then I was also happy that I could make this to go across the station. You think it's called a cutback? That's a very cool one. So let's spy or check and take a quick look at the next level that I'm hoping won't be as bad as this one, even though this was a somewhat okay level for what it is, like building coasters, because the landscape helped, even with all of the trouble of like the rest of the park, all of the rides being broken down, the mechanics, the lost handyman, the gas getting lost, even with all of that, and people being hungry, even with all of that, we always had money. We could work on the rides well, so the landscape is fantastic. So I can't say this was a bad level, but it's the hardship, right? The hardship is what does it. But what is next after that? Woodwarm Park. Are we getting nerdy here? This historical park is only allowed to build... Wait, what? This historical park is only allowed to build older style rides. Let's go freaking retro. My objective is to have at least a... Okay, this level is hard though. At least 1,600 guests in my park at the end of October year 3. Okay, 106... 1,000. 1,600? Electro was saying that those types of levels of coaster building can't get higher than 7. I don't remember seeing like a near 3 level having that amount of gas or like higher than that. Nope. It's normally 1,500 to be like max, but this time 1,000 freaking 600. What is the landscape in here? Is it horrible? It looks horrible though. It's water? It's lots of water. That's not too bad. And it's big. Yeah, we should focus on the water part though. Yeah, this level will not be that easy, but we can work it out, right? I like the idea, like historical rides. Why is the slide historical though? Why is this historical? Maybe they had an idea, but they messed on the execution. Huh. Yeah, this to me would never be historical unless they are talking about the days that I don't know, maybe this is about the how was the name of that pandemic that happened in history? The one that rats were infecting people. Is it the bubonic something? Hopefully I'm translating it right. Maybe it's related to that. I don't know, but you know what? I'm happy it's in there because this is not a bad coaster to have. It's short, cheap, and very exciting, so it is going to help us a lot in here. Oh, it is historical regarding like real information, like when those rides were really created or something? Oh, the plague. Oh, yeah. Maybe the name in English was the plague, right? This one is tricky regarding the gas requirement for sure. Like a 1,600. That is too much. But I do have my advertisements, right? I do have my advertisements, so I just need to start working with it very fast. It can be a problem, but it's also not the worst. I hope you like wooden coasters. I do like wooden coasters, but they are a little bit expensive sometimes. That's my only concern. But we can try making a short one. And then we put like a on ride photo section, and then we charge them a lot to buy the Polaroid pictures. The side friction coaster is styled after some of the first coasters. So even though I didn't know the history behind this coaster, in my opinion it does fit it. There is something about it that looks a little bit retro in my opinion. But you know what is probably going to be here, Electro? I do think the Bloodshed coaster is retro, don't you think? Because weren't they creating roller coasters for the first time based on bobsled things? Like, oh yeah, let's create a downhill snow path that we can feel the excitement by going through it. I'm pretty sure the Bloodshed coaster will be here. We'll see. Yes, you'll know it's going to have some blood, right? Yeah, it's pretty much going to be here. And speaking on the Bloodshed, I saw that you checked that picture I posted on Discord the other day, the one with the hedge maze with the fantastic exit, which was taken from that documentary. In that same documentary, I love that they had like a bunch of videos and clips only showing the explosions of the Bloodshed coaster. So I'm happy everybody knows that that coaster is like, it's a classic for killing people. Yeah, that video of the documentary was really good because of that reference too. I forget which ones this one has. That's okay, we can check that out next weekend. But if I had to guess, I would guess that one. But then they slide. I mean, okay, now that I just said that the bobsled coaster was like a primordial for roller coaster's existence, I slide is the same. Like, oh yeah, let's go downhill, woo, and then it's fun. Let's open an amusement park based on that. It makes sense, yeah. If you go to any amusement park, you're probably going to see a slide or something like that. We are totally going to get the burger shop too. I do like this park, even though it may give me some trouble. Not as much as the previous level, I hope, but it is not going to be that easy. This idea is good. I do like what they went for in here. But guys, that's going to be it. Let me close the game now. And Theo, even though it took us 5 hours almost to beat those two coasters or to complete those two coasters with a freaking computer crash, we managed to do it. And oh wait, let me see what Electro is saying. On Facebook, there was a post asking to share coasters that go for safety more than excitement. Coasters that go for safety more than excitement. The Virginia Reel, in my opinion, I have never seen the Virginia Reel exploding before. It's super safe. To be honest, those mice coasters are at least the pre-models you have from them, right? If you build it by your own, maybe it's going to crash. But the pre-models of the mice coasters are very safe. But the Virginia Reel, it's the one that I doubt it's going to explode. I have seen piles of cars of the Virginia Reel, like one after the other, after they hit each other, and that was not a crash. So that could be my first pick, I would say. You know, another one that I also have never seen exploding, because how would that explode actually? Do you know the single rail roller coaster Electro? The one that's pretty much a person sitting on a seat and then holding a bar, and then the person goes wee alone in the course. Think with me. If a person like that hits another person like that, how is that an explosion? It can't be, right? I'm now curious to know if that coaster can explode. Maybe it can, but in my mind, it's just going to be a body hitting a body because it doesn't have mechanical parts. Uh, it doesn't have enough mechanical parts to cause a big explosion. It's pretty much a freaking seat and a person, and that's it. I thought of your bloodshed coaster in Grand Glaciers. Oh yes, we did that one, right? Yes, we kinda went for the team in that level. That level was very fun. Also, hi Meowser, how are you, man? How are you? Although I just finished the stream though, but nice to see you. It is by time, but we can chat a little bit if you want. How was your week, man? We can raid somebody, sure. I have seen someone using cheats in Open RCT2 to make a mini golf to explode. How can a mini golf explode though? I mean, the new Mario Golf game will definitely have explosions, but that's the only one. Subway saying it's like in Power Rangers. It simply explodes and you see the sparks. I was seeing something. I was watching something that reminded me of Power Rangers. What was it? No, I can't remember what was it. But I was thinking on the Power Rangers recently. It was good. I'm happy to see you're back on. Yes, because of my computer, man. So, oh, by the way, did you guys see the? I just opened Discord in here. I wanted to open Twitch, but I opened the Discord. Did you guys see the picture I posted there today that I learned that there was a Zelda reference in a Hamtaro game? Look at that! It's the freaking Master Sword. And then it seems that they need to collect 3 spheres to get the... I was even thinking later, like, what is that sword going to do to Hamtaro? Can we imagine Hamtaro holding a sword? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was curious to play this game after I learned that. Because if a game has a reference to Zelda, it might be a good game. But then I was thinking, Hamtaro with a sword? Can you guys imagine what's going to happen after that? I was really curious about that. But yeah, you gotta collect 3 spheres, and I think they have the same colors as the spheres in OOT, in Zelda OOT. So it was a very good reference I learned about today. But I wanted to open Twitch because I need to see the channel that Electro wants me to be raiding, right? So, Meowster, yes, about the PC. I fixed one issue, and then thankfully tonight everything worked in a better way. Although we did have one moment that my computer kind of crashed, or at least we had a disconnection. But in general, it's much better for sure, even with the use of the stickers, the Twitch stickers, so I'm not considering deleting them anymore. But what happened is that I kind of changed the problem of my computer from one to another. I was dealing with my computer CPU to be stuck at 100%, and then after I gave it a very long scan that took like 7 days for it to complete. I don't know how it's called in English, but it may be something close to like a defrag scan, defragmentation maybe. It's a scanning where your computer pretty much analyzes all of your files and um, create blocks of information and data that help it to go from one block to the other, and then it creates shortcuts based on those blocks. It's something like that. And then it took forever for it to do it, but when it completed it, and then I restarted my computer, the CPU was like chilling. It was way much better. Of course, I also did some other changes, but as I was doing those other changes, I could not see a noticeable difference. And then the noticeable difference only showed to me after I restarted my computer, after the scanning was over. But I started to see that now my disk has been getting to 100% very fast and a lot. Not every time. For example, right now it's chilling at 5%. But when I go or do a crazy thing on my computer out of nowhere, for example, if I need to change an overlay, like when I was trying to show Rian earlier the full cam overlay, or when I need to open a browser or something like that, it can max or peak my disk, but then it doesn't stay there forever. After some minutes, my computer breathes again, and then it goes back to normal. So yeah, now I'm facing this new problem that I also started testing things out and trying to investigate it. But in general, yeah, my computer is better than before for sure. And hopefully I can also deal and find a solution to this disk problem. Dids Live is going his weekly RCT competition. Competition? And you'll be working on a plot for Hamtaro? There we go. Hamtaro should be added to Super Smash Brothers. Dude, imagine. It recompresses your data. Exactly. It kind of creates new blocks of my data that helps it to load them, right? To like create the connections between them. And then I could totally see that difference on my CPU now. So let me raid the streamer that Electro is saying. Raid Dids Live. Okay, it's ready. Let me get to his channel on my phone so I can see his reaction as well. And then I think I can already start the raid. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Tomorrow we'll be back with Digimon World. I'm honestly going to say that I'm worried of not making progress tomorrow because I think it's going to be very hard for us to get a new Digimon, but let's see what happens. But RollerCoaster Tycoon is back next Saturday with a new level that sounds very fun and hard, but fun. So thank you for stopping by, take care, have a great night, and goodbye, and let me raid this guy. Let me also finish my stream, right? Come on, computer, you can do it.
Colosseums placed on top of each other. Oh, is this supposed to be the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but it's not leaning?
Computer, help me out in here. But there we go, we did it.
AJ's plot, that's gonna be done. Eureka's plot. Looks like a what?
Go to
Say like a phallic or like a plastic?
Yeah. It's like half the swastika.
Thank you so much for the raid, Tet-Earn or Riot. Tet-Earn. Well played on that username.
Is a server called 49ers Sucked?
Much love. Much love. I need to go to the restroom.
Isn't it crazy that way back then in Italy, they knew to make the leaning tower lean so they can have tourists?
So that, 1,000 years later or whatever, people can pose in front of it like they're holding it up or not.
Can you
It was
believe?
really inspiring.
Hold on.
It is a magical
Pause.
building.
Pause. Can you believe it's not butter?
I don't think I can.
I mean,
This is a really bad server. There's only one ride, and it says, I hope you all die, and it's a launched freefall.
wow.
Then there's a nothing but queue path, and a sign above it that says the Trail of Tears.
We love RCT2, public servers. Always a hub for original jokes.
This one was just called Thoughts.
Fun.
There's one called Uwu that I can't get into, sadly. I really want to see what's in there.